Welcome to the Rebuilt Man podcast. I'm your host, Coach Frank Rich, and we are back today with another exciting Q&A episode, joined by our head coach inside the Rebuilt Man community, Coach Arnold. My brother, welcome back to the show.
Glad to be back.
Yeah, for those of you guys that are brand new here, these Q&A episodes are where Arnold and I unpack your questions. So what we're going to go through today is some questions from members inside our community, but also listeners here to the podcast. So if you're a member of the Rebuild Man Brotherhood and you want to get your question answered on an upcoming episode, make sure to send those questions directly to Arnold. And if you are listening or watching us right now on YouTube, you can drop a question down there in the comment section below. Or if you have a question that you would like to get answered and you want to email it to the team here, email that question to frank@rebuiltrecovery.com, and we will get your questions queued up and answered in an upcoming episode. And if you haven't yet done so, make sure to subscribe to the podcast, rate, review, share this episode with as many people as possible. But Arnold, let's dive in, man. Let's start changing some men's lives here today.
All right, let's jump right in. So there's a good question here. Why do I keep escalating to more extreme content, and can I undo that? Regular porn doesn't do it for me anymore. I've drifted into darker, more extreme stuff I'm ashamed of, which is, why is this happening, and can I reverse it? Very good question, and I would say common question when people start to escalate and they don't understand what's going on, really.
Yeah, and I think, well, this is, for years, man, I've been having these conversations, hosting this podcast, talking about the dangers of porn addiction since 2019. And I think we're at a point now in 2026 where it is more accepted. It is understood. The data and research is starting to come out. But if you go to the DSM-5, which is, the clinical book that talks about all addictions, porn addiction still isn't yet in there. And there's been pushback against me for years. Oh, porn addiction isn't a real thing. There's no such thing as this. I think this question is a clear example that, like, we are working with something that is highly addictive. There's a term in the addiction community. There's a term in addictive science known as desensitization, right?
Yep.
The thing that you begin to use slowly loses its stimuli, right? In
Yep.
alcohol, everybody starts drinking young. Not everybody, right? But most people, high school, you maybe have your first drink here or there. Maybe it's in college or somewhere. People that end up drinking, a fifth of whiskey every single night, they didn't start there. They started drinking a light beer, then they escalated, right? Because the light beer stopped working. So you need more and more. So desensitization is when you need more and more of the same thing to produce the same effect. It happens in the gym, right? Progressive overload would be a way to describe it from a physical training perspective, right? You need more weights, more reps, shorter rest periods, et cetera, to produce the same outcome. When it comes to pornography, like, you don't do more porn, right? You have to consume harder levels of porn. So your brain is seeking novelty, right? This is why the internet has made porn addiction so rampant, because it's everywhere, right? When you and I were coming up and we were younger men and boys, like, we had to go find a magazine, right? And like you didn't have you didn't have the level of content that was out there. So getting to the answer of the question here, yes, recognizing, hey, I become desensitized to the vanilla type of porn that I used to. That should be a massive sign, man, that you are deep in this and you need to start course correcting, which obviously this person is doing because they're asking this question. Because I could go into, where does this lead to eventually, right? This is where I've talked about the link between porn and human trafficking. We'll hear a lot of guys, porn stops working, so then they get into sex buying, prostitutions, escorts. I've heard some dark horror stories over the years of working with men that I don't really want to get into here, but it's not going to reverse itself. It's only going to continue to escalate over time. So recognizing, hey, this is what's happening. Boom. Now I got to start course correcting. So the brain is plastic. And all that means is the brain has an ability to change through experience over time. So I think the significant part here is the brain changes through experience, right? So cutting off the consumption would be an unwiring, right? So you unwire, you stop doing the thing that you were doing. So yeah, there's going to be some difficult periods that you're going to have to sit in because your brain is going to seek that novelty. How do you train and condition the brain for new stimuli? This is what we teach and do inside the Rebuild Man Brotherhood. This is what we have laid out for you in our Reboot Your Life program, is how do you rewire your brain to seek healthy dopamine, to seek healthy stimulation. So yes, there is a way out of this, brother. You got to stop doing the thing that's led you here, and then you got to get actively engaged in changing the neurochemistry of your brain. And there's a lot of different ways to do this. Physical exercise would be one. Creating a vision for your life and beginning to pursue meaningful goals and ambitions in your life, getting into new hobbies and new learning endeavors, learning to play an instrument, learning to play a new sport, learning to dance, learning to cook, something where your brain is actively seeking different stimulation, right? Because learning is injecting yourself into environment of new stimulation that has positive feedback loop, right? So you learn something, your brain is seeking now the next level of that stimulation. So yes, cut it off, journal on it, understand the deep root, get involved in community and brotherhood and meaningful conversations, and begin to rewire your brain into healthier patterns.
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it, man. Like this is, there's a reason why we're together in this, because we understand how the word desensitization is the word, and that's
Mm-hmm.
what's happening. And a lot of people, they don't understand at first. They just see why is this happening? And it took me a
Yeah.
long time to, it was Your Brain on Porn, I believe, Gary's website, that initially got me to like pay attention to this, right?
Yeah.
What's going on? And then now, I'm not going to say the same thing you just said, because you nailed it. I mean, that's exactly it. But to me, this whole thing screams Joe Dispenza, because he talks about this too, because it's not just porn that does that. Every type of, it could be a behavior, a substance that hijacks that part of your brain, that causes the neurotransmitter desensitization. And, it happens in three ways. The desensitization is like you overstimulate, then your brain adapts to that, it increases its tolerance, and then you have reduced sensitivity. And in order to get back to that norm that you just now created, you have to keep escalating to more extreme and more extreme and more extreme. And that's when people literally can go from watching anime to like hardcore stuff to eventually
Mm-hmm.
going to escorts.
Yeah.
And if you keep going, you can completely wreck your life. Like there's no end to it unless you stop it. It'll destroy you completely, because it's like it's this maladaptive thing, because we're not used to dealing with this sort of super stimuli, and the brain can't handle it. So it'll keep adjusting until you. So like you said, this person needs to stop what they're doing, and then eventually you start going back down to
Mm-hmm.
the more vanilla. And that's why I actually said this to the guys in the group. Whenever you are at that level, do not expect of yourself to, I'm just going to stop cold turkey and I'm done. Take the wins that you get by like de-escalating. That is a win. Hey, I'm not looking up this extreme. I'm more like, that's a win. And you take them slowly. You kind of exit uh, that extreme level you're at, you slowly exit out of it, because cutting it off cold turkey might work for a little short period of time, but because it has been so strongly conditioned, it'll pull you back in, and then you beat yourself up saying, oh, this doesn't work, I cannot quit, because you don't understand. You have to slowly get out of it. So I told the guys, like, take the wins that you get, be
Yeah.
grateful and appreciative, and make sure to call them out. Hey, I watched less extreme. And then you watch that thing dwindle down. That's why the journaling is so important, because you assess your progress, right? And progress is not always, I did this, now I completely stopped. Uh, I mean, that's not really progress. That's like winning, right? But winning,
Mm-hmm.
to get to winning, you have to make progress. And progress is when you do slow things. Like I said, oh, I used to watch hours of extreme, whatever. Now I watch less time of less extreme, and then less and less and less.
Yeah.
And in the whole time while you do the work, right? Digging in, why do you even want to watch this to begin with? And there's a small thing there. Um, yes, there is a why that drives you to watch it, but there's also a conditioning. So a lot of times it's not some sort of deep childhood trauma that drives it. Your body's just used to it.
Hmm.
You're just addicted to, like, you're to caffeine. You need it. Not because there's something that calls for it. It's just a habit, just a loop.
Yeah.
And that's actually easier to stop because there's no underlying heavy emotional thing that drives it. It's just, but there's usually both, which is why people who are like addicted to severe drugs, they put them in rehab. What that does, it stops them taking the drug, and then they're clean, their body gets cleansed, they come back out, they relapse. Because while they cleanse themselves physically, they haven't done the inner work,
Hmm.
which was the cause to push them there to begin with. So first you have to get rid of the body's cravings, and then you address the emotional driver. Why am I making my body go through this?
Yeah.
So it's, but the de-escalation, like the extreme escalation, is a clear sign of the body's tolerance level has been jacked with, like messed with. That's why. And that's,
Yeah. And I'm glad you talked about rehab, because I think understanding, well, yes, you do want to wean off of it. Like, I think for most people, a lot of success is going to come in a true detox, a dopamine style of detox. So maybe getting off social media completely for 30, 60, 90 days. Stop
yeah,
all the novelty seeking behaviors that you have in your life, because that's going to make it a lot more challenging, right? Like, if you're
yeah,
wired for hardcore content, but then you replace it with more softer novelty, right? Social media these days is, truthfully, it's like X-rated pornography on
yeah,
most of
of
these
course.
sites. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Like, you're just giving your brain softer hits of the same type
Right. You're in the
of drugs.
vicinity.
So,
Yeah.
I remember in 2019, for me, man, I think a massive part of the transformation, the early success that I had, was like, I got off all social media for like a very long time, like 6, 8 months, like didn't open up the apps. I stopped going to the gym for a long time because there was a lot of stimuli there. So I do think for a lot of guys, like a true detox from these things. And that's the painful part, right? Because our life is conditioned through these apps. Like, every adult walks around with a pacifier in their pocket called a smartphone. So it's like, are you willing to go through short periods of discomfort and non-normal behavior? Because if you get off social media, like, and all your friends are connected on social media, they're gonna look at you like you may be strange. But it's like, am I willing to suffer through the pain, right? And once again, this is why true detox facilities, rehab facilities, do work for shutting it off, because it shuts off all of that for you. Like, if you go to rehab and you're somebody that gets a quote unquote runner's high from working out, they don't let you work out because they know that you're going to go there to get that dopamine hit. So it's like asking yourself, how uncomfortable am I willing to get for a short period of time to produce it? But I think maybe to help this individual in person that asked this question, like, help them a little bit, is like, this is not rare. Like, everybody
Yeah.
goes through this. And to be honest, I'll get vulnerable here. Like, that was the wake up for me in like 2018. I was at a dark place in life, and I was beginning to go down some rabbit holes of the content that I was consuming, that I don't want to say it scared me, because I never did anything illegal, but began to question myself, like, after the session, like, what did I just watch? What did I just do? So, coming from the person that's now on the other side, like, I remember having to question myself, because it got to the point where it was like, if this was happening in real life, like, I wouldn't be comfortable in the room. Why am I going there to
Yeah.
seek it? And like I said, I've heard a lot of horror stories over the year that I'm not going to share personal details, but I've spoken with married men that have to watch porn on their cell phone while they're having sex with their wives. Like I said, I've spoken with guys that it's gotten outside of porn, and it's gotten into sex buying and escorts, and some very dark horror stories. So to give this individual like a place of comfort, right? Like this is a lot of us, right? So it's like you're not broken, you're not weird, you're not creep. Any of the stuff that you may be telling yourself, like you've fallen into, as Arnold said, a pattern of destructive behaviors that your brain is now beginning to seek more of. Join us in the community, right? Because we have a place where we can engage in meaningful conversations with you. Get plugged into the 7-day reset. It's going to be the quick first action steps for you. Visit therebuiltman.com/, 7-day reset. You can get some wins, but know that there's a community of men. There's coaches like myself and Arnold here that can help navigate this with you. We don't want you to go through this on your own. We want to provide a space, a community, a container to have deep, meaningful conversations. And that's what we've created inside the Rebuilt Man in our brotherhood community. So if you go to therebuiltman.com/, 7-day reset, you can get access to this. You can join us on our weekly calls right out of the gate and get plugged into fellowship, brotherhood, and coaching and mentorship with guys that have already gotten on the other side of this. Arnold, any final words?
Um, I just wanted to add one thing that I think I forgot to add about this question, because I've been in this, like you said, all of us related to this. But if you are escalating, you are for sure consuming it regularly.
Mhm.
You have to,
Yeah.
because you have to maintain a certain baseline in order to get higher, just like an alcoholic. In order to get drunk, you have to have a certain level, and then you build on that level. So that's should be one wake up call for you, that the escalation happens because you are probably consuming it daily. So if you want the escalation to stop, reduce the frequency and the
Yeah.
escalation will come down. And that's a I think it's a good point to
Yeah.
call out, because a lot of times, like, I don't know why I'm escalating. I'm watching it 2 hours daily, and of course, because you get
Mhm.
desensitized and it needs more and more and more. And like you said, Frank, that's such a good point too about the social media. How many guys went from social media to jump into porn? A lot, because you are, like you said, you're already in the vicinity. You're just playing around with it. And then you see some kind of fitness influencer or some girl that also has an OnlyFans, and then she click
Mhm.
on her thing. She's not doing anything wrong, but then she says, if you want to see more, and it's just, that truly is a slippery slope,
Yeah.
because the brain doesn't see the difference between artificial stimuli. It's all the same. It's artificial stimuli. You do more of that, he's going to want a bigger boost of artificial stimuli. And we
Yeah.
all know very well what that is for us, because we've been used to it. So that's the next
Mhm.
logical step. So, yeah, it really helps to kind of take a break from our artificial stimuli and do the natural dopamine producing
Yeah.
activities, right? Like physical exercise, go for a walk, meditate, journal. There's so many better ways to get, like Jocko Williams calls it, the cheap dopamine.
Mhm.
Don't get the cheap dopamine.
Yeah.
Get the
Yeah.
one you have to work for.
Yeah. And like I
So,
said, guys, this can feel overwhelming in the beginning. But the good news is we have it all laid out into a blueprint and framework. We figured it out over 6 years of coaching now, that this is what worked for the guys that are willing to do the work.
yeah,
So visit therebuiltman.com/, 7-day reset. When you join there, you'll get access to 7 days of actionable items, right? Things to begin to do daily, journal prompts, worksheets, etc., that you can begin to take action, begin to build some momentum, begin to seek healthier outlets of dopamine, and most importantly, get plugged into a community of guys with us inside the Rebuilt Man School and Brotherhood. So the rebuiltman.com/, 7-day reset, guys. But once again, we appreciate if you send in this questions in. This was an incredible one. Whoever sent this one in, thank you. Guys, once again, if you're in the community with us, message those questions over to Arnold in the school chat. And if you're listening on the outside and you want your question answered on an upcoming episode of the Rebuilt Man podcast, email those questions to frank@rebuiltrecovery.com. But we love you guys. We appreciate all the support. Make sure to rate, subscribe, review, and share this episode with as many men as possible. And we will see you guys in the next one.